I'm here with the magnificent Melody at Smirk and Dagger's booth. We had a great run through last year. She's going to give us a 30-second version on a game we looked at last year that's coming, making some great progress. Tell us about it.
All right, so Tower of Madness is basically a Cthulhu game where you are trying to investigate unspeakable unspeakable horrors. But as you're investigating unspeakable horrors, you are pulling tentacles from the Tower of Madness. And as you pull the tentacles, marbles will fall down. So investigate unspeakable horrors without losing your marbles. You'll investigate locations, try to find out really crazy things, and if you are successful, you win the game. If you're unsuccessful, Cthulhu arises. But
I can't wait.
If you're the cultist who makes Cthulhu arise, then you also win the game.
Ooh, when is it coming out?
Gen Con!
All right, cool. We'll get it then. See you guys. Hey guys, here at Origins 2018, I'm with Lisbeth from Thunderworks Games, and she's going to give us a quick run through of two of their games that are hot right now. Let's start with Duel Powers. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Good. Give us the run through.
So Duel Powers came out on Kickstarter, and it will be released by the end of the year, hopefully,
okay.
If not by February. Duel Powers, we're fighting for control over Petrograd. We're struggle for power.
And this is a two-player game, correct?
This is a two-player game with also a one-player mode.
Okay.
And where the Petrograd Soviets try to get control over Petrograd, but they fight against the provisional government.
Okay.
And there's a few ways in how this game plays, but the coolest part of this game, and which actually also is the core part of this game, is this calendar. And in this calendar, a couple of things happen. It's like it helps the tug of war. Who gets the will of the people? The player who gets the will of the people is the one who controls the green tiles, and he will score extra points of that. The calendar also triggers when Trotsky comes into play. At the beginning, Trotsky is also the will of the people person, but later on he moves over to the Reds.
All right, and then it's also kind of card-driven, right? That's one of the additional changes.
Yes.
Give me a quick overview of what that looks like.
Well, the card-driven, it means we have cards, and these cards do a few different things. One of the things it does, it tells you where you can recruit somebody.
Okay.
Or it triggers an action. You have to choose one of those. And also the card tells you how much time the calendar advances.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of the interesting thing, because you can manipulate the game there quite a bit. So.
Very cool, very cool. So, two players, tug of war, calendar, and cards. I love it. Let's move on. Let's take a look at Role Player. Now we're looking at an expansion of that one. Tell us about Monsters and Minions.
Okay, I will. We're looking at the expansion to Role Player, Monsters and Minions, and it has a few very cool items. The cool thing is that the expansion just really ties in with the game. So now, instead of going to the market, you can fight with a minion. We have these really cool minion cards.
Excellent.
These are just a few of them. And if you fight a minion, you gradually get to know more about the monster card, and it's you find out things about the monster that you need to know towards the end of the game.
Okay.
Some extra cool features that we have. We now have a starting player token.
Very nice.
Very nice starting player token. We have these like translucent dice. They go from 3 to 8.
3 to 8.
3 to 8.
D6 with 8s on it. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. So they'll increase your rows here, but they don't do anything for your backstory. And we have injury tokens and victory points. Well, they will increase the value on your combat dice, and you need the combat dice to fight with the minions, but also with the monster at the end of the game.
Okay, cool. And then what are the blue?
The blue are experience tokens. Those you get throughout the game, because we also have like squalls. Those are new cards, and you can get those when you fight them with a minion. And those experience points, as well as money. We also have like new. It's not in the expansion, but you can get those too on our website.
Okay, custom.
We have like custom-made metal tokens. And with those, you can buy more combat dice or get rid of your injury tokens and stuff like that.
Very cool. So is this available now?
This is available right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Duel Powers, when does that come out?
Duel Powers we will probably, hopefully, deliver by the end of the year to our Kickstarter backers. If not, we aim for February, and then it will hit retail like 4 weeks later.
Okay, and then the real question, what else is coming down the lane? Is there anything else on the horizon that we can get a peek on?
There's not anything else. There's so much on the horizon.
So much. Okay, give us kind of an overview of what that looks like.
This fall, you can already see this on our website. We're coming out with Lockup, which is a standalone game in a role-player world.
Okay.
And this game, the minions are in the king has put them in jail.
Ooh, all right.
And they cannot get out. It's no way to get out. But so they try to make their life in jail as as comfortable as possible. So there's like contraband, and there's wheeling and dealing going on. And but the more things you do, the more suspicion you get. And at a certain point, the guards are gonna raid.
They're gonna bust you.
Yeah, they're gonna raid your room, and then you're gonna It's like another thing.
Okay, so kind of a push your luck maybe in there?
It's an area control game.
Okay, excellent. What else can you tell us about?
That's for 2018. 2019 we have 2 more role-player titles coming up.
Oh, awesome.
One is another expansion to role-player, and the other one is another standalone game.
Okay.
And yeah.
Coming soon. All right, excellent.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Very much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
more
you
info
so
for you guys coming soon. Hey guys, Origins 2018. I'm here with Alex from Gray Fox Games, and we're looking at a game that's on Kickstarter right now. Give us the run-through. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so this is Creatures and Cupcakes. It's designed by Daryl Andrews and Adrian Adamescu, who you might know from Sagrada. Yes. So this is from our casual imprint, Social Sloth Games.
Very cool. Saw that.
Yep. It's our first game in this line, so well, hopefully it'll take off. Let's explain a little bit.
Okay,
of course, it's called Creatures and Cupcakes, so we have creatures. We have, of course, your little unicorns.
The silver unicorns.
Silver unicorns. You have, we have dragons here. We have kitsunes, which are little foxes. These are yalis. They're kind of lion, dragon-y things.
Very cool, very cool.
And of course, you have to have cupcakes.
Ooh, of course.
And of course, we have cupcakes.
Oh, tasty.
Right there in the little bag. Yep. So, on your turn in Creatures and Cupcakes, what you're going to do is you are going to draw a cupcake. I can choose to stop right there.
Okay.
If I stop right there, I'm going to move my creature on the matching track. So, let's say I'm silver. I'd move silver 1 space. That'd be a pretty boring turn, though.
Right.
So I'm going to push my luck a little bit and keep drawing cupcakes out of the bag.
Okay.
Now the trick is, if I ever draw 2 in a row of the same color, I'm going to cheat a little bit just to force this. Like that. Oh, no! 2 pink ones in a row. You have overfed your creature. They're going to get an awful tummy ache.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
You have busted. Your turn is over. You will get a lovely bit of medicine.
Okay.
So this will it protects you on that color. So if you bust on pink in the future, yep, exactly right.
All right.
Now there's one other thing in here, because you have this lovely deck of cards. You only get to see this deck of cards, though, if you draw a power cake. Ooh. Power cake. If you draw the power cake, we're going to draw a card off the top of the deck and do what it says. So for instance, this card is Blast of Flame. You target a player ahead of you on an affection track of your choice.
Affection track, nice.
That target player moves back 2 spaces.
Okay.
There's a little bit of meanness in this one. Not a ton. Little backstabby. But the first person to get 2 of their creatures to the center of the board first will win Creatures and Cupcakes on Kickstarter right now. Check it out.
Check it out, you guys.
This is Melissa with Tantrum House, and I'm here with Alex from Gray Fox, and we are looking at Rising 5. This is a game I am super excited about because it uses deduction. It's been compared to Mastermind, a game of my childhood that I have loved. So I am super excited to learn more about this game. So Alex, please tell us about it.
Mastermind, how dare you? No, it's a perfect comparison because this really is a blend of Mastermind meets Pandemic. So it's a cooperative version in a lot of ways of Mastermind. Now, the way you can enable that is through a lovely phone app. But let's explain a little bit about how this game works. Your objective is you are playing as 5 heroes on the planet of Asteros, trying to save things before you run into a red moon eclipse. Don't want that to happen. Your objective is to close this rune gate by finding this right combination. So, we need to find the right 4 of 7 runes and in the right order. At the start of any game, we are going to take a photo of the puzzle. We'll move the app into position like that, and it's captured the puzzle, and it's going to give us some information about the puzzle. So what this is telling me is that there's a spider in the puzzle in the correct position. There's this symbol in an incorrect position, and 2 that don't belong. What does that mean as far as this goes? Well, each of these symbols is randomly paired with a constellation. So this constellation. So, we know the spider's in the puzzle in the right position, but we don't know which one it is. We have to figure that one out over the course of the game. Yes. So, you're going to be using your heroes to run around the board, either battling monsters. You battle using a fairly simple combat system. You are going to be trying to gather clues to the puzzle, artifacts that you're going to be using to try and help you save the day, and also gather resources, things that might heal this moon track, or might gather you cubes you need in order to make a guess. All of the heroes have special powers. Echo is a dispatcher. He can move other heroes around the board. Nova is the strongest fighter. She gets a free swing at any monster on the board, just like that. Eli gets you an extra bit of healing on the board whenever you activate her. Hal can copy another hero's ability. And Oracle is the only one who can make changes to the puzzle. Swap things around and get things in the right position, which you absolutely have to do if you want to win the game.
Now, something interesting I believe is true is you're not playing a specific character in the game. You can move different characters based on the cards that you get. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. It's what allows this game to play equally well at 1 as it does at 5. So we'll have these cards representing the characters in hand. And so let's say this was my hand. I could, on my turn, activate Oracle for 2 actions. I could spend both of those cards to get 2 Oracle actions. I could activate Echo and get 2 Echo actions, or I could activate Eli and get 1 Eli action. In addition to that, during combat, let's say we had these fine folks over here battling. That's a pretty wimpy monster. Let's see if we can find something a little beefier. How about this woolly mammoth? He looks like he's ready to party. Now, this die has an instant lose, a 1, another 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So the odds are about 1 in 3 that by myself I could beat this if I were in combat. But because I have help here, because I have Oracle with me, let's say I was fighting with Echo, I get a +1 bonus just for them being there. On top of that, though, if I play cards out of my hand, if I have friends at the table who play cards out of my hand to support me, let's say they had a matching Echo card, if you were to play this out of your hand, that would be another +1. So all I need to do is not screw it up, and that's perfect. I needed all that help. I needed the +1 there, I needed the +1 from the card in order to beat this monster. There you go.
So great, so you can help even on other people's turns.
Exactly, it keeps you engaged. Even when it's not your turn, there's still something you can probably be doing to help.
Great, and this plays how many players and about how long is the game?
It's about 1 to 5 players, it's exactly 1 to 5 players in about 45 minutes.
All right, great. Thank you so much for showing us Rising 5 from Gray Fox Games.
Hey guys, Origins 2018. I'm here with Bobby West at the Haba booth, and we're checking out what has just been awarded the Kinderspiel Award for the year. Give us a run-through of Dragon's Breath.
Sure, so this is a 2 to 4 player game. There's variations of play for age, but I'll show you the basic version.
Okay.
We're all children, young dragons, who have stumbled upon this ice cylinder with all these crystals inside of it.
Cool.
We really would like those crystals.
I would like some.
Right. We can't breathe fire though because we're exactly. So we call our dad in, and he's the one that's going to actually breathe fire.
I feel like I already like this game as the dad dragon.
So this is also the start player marker. So if you were a start player, you were going to pick one of these. These represent what you think is going to fall off the tower.
When you pull that.
Because every round, right, we're going to breathe fire and lift one of the rings off.
Okay.
So the gems are going to spill out onto the void.
Nice.
So if you want to make a choice.
Okay, I'm going to go with the greenish.
Yeah, it seems like a good choice. I'll take yellow.
Okay.
So I'll lift the ring just so it's easier.
Oh.
So we both collect one. So you would take your green and put it into your cave.
Okay.
I would
my
take
cave.
my yellow and put it into my cave.
All right.
This just gets pushed away. These reset. Start player would pass. So we'd go through and melt all of the. Yeah, if you want to take yours again. I'll take blue this time, I think.
Is there like a?
You can lift it.
Is there like a rule on the amount of jiggleability
no,
that is allowed to be?
Adults were playing this last night, and they were jiggling it around a little bit more than maybe is allowed. But
got it.
So, no. Oh, you got one yellow.
Oh, one. Oh, more. A couple more.
Okay. And I got some blue.
Oh, two. Nice.
So we would go through, until the whole thing is melted.
Very awesome.
Then the board lifts up. And whatever,
look at that!
Whatever's in
There's
your
a cave in
you
there.
count for whatever's in your cave at the end.
That's cool.
The gems in the middle, so if anything falls through the hole, doesn't count. They're actually his. So you could always play where he wins the game if he has too many gems.
Okay.
For younger kids, you could just give them a color for the game. So you're yellow.
And then
you don't have to make any decision. Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite is the 2-player variant where we would give each other tokens. We both get 2. So
I'm trying to stick you with. You're not going to get any.
Exactly. I like that version a lot. But yeah, it's been a really fun game. It has such good table presence, and the mechanics of pulling it off and watching everything fall out on the board is really fun.
Awesome. What's it retail for?
$20.
$20. You guys check it out. Dragon's Breath from Haba. All right, so we're back. We got another new one we're looking at, Kariba. Now, we played the tile-based game, but this is a card game, right?
It is.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Right, so a couple differences. It plays 6 out of the box, which Kariba only plays 4.
Cool.
And there's direct player conflict, which is nice. So on your turn, the goal of the game is the same. You're trying to get the adventurer, orange, blue, green, purple, to their matching temple. Yep.
Right.
So you're going to draw 3. You're you're going to play 2.
Okay.
So the interesting part here in the direct player interaction is the sum of the cards I play. So I'm playing a 10. Let's say you're playing a 12, you're playing a 20. Whoever has the lowest sum of the 2 cards has to discard a card. So if I had the lowest here, I'd have to choose one of these to discard.
Okay.
This is a tough choice here because this is a temple which I need to get, and this is a 4-way intersection which is really important.
Yeah.
So I'm going to choose to discard this, and this is gone out of the game. And then I'm going to place that. So we're making a 4x4 grid.
Of our own.
Okay. So once I establish 4 in any one direction, I obviously can't make a 5th there. So this is every card in the game. So you can use this for reference of what I've played, what I have left. Yeah, so you can kind of get a little bit of information about numbers I have. Okay. And you'll notice that all of the temples and adventurers are the highest of the values, whereas all of the paths are the lowest of the values. So playing 2 adventurers for a 26 or 29 or whatever it might be, that's really high and good, but you also need paths.
How are you going to connect them? Right,
exactly. So at the end of the game, if a adventurer can make it to their temple, it's 3 points.
Cool.
For every crystal they cross over, it's an extra point, and every gold is an extra 2 points. You just can't have an adventurer cross over each other. So if Blue is here and trying to move over, she would stop.
Mess it up. Gotcha.
Yep. Game ends once all cards have been played. Tally up your score. My score wins.
So how long do you think it normally takes? Is it pretty quick?
Yeah, it's 15 minutes.
4x4?
Yeah,
okay.
4x4. Even because everybody's resolving simultaneously, so even with 6 players, 15 minutes is pretty reasonable for the game.
Very cool. What's this one sell for?
20.
20, excellent. That's cool, man. Well, that looks like the type of a game experience where you got some table presence, low price, easy to take with you.
And I love the direct player interaction out. I really like Kariba, but obviously it's been one of our good titles. But having that little information of, I think you're going to play this, so I'm going to try and play this to make you discard that, I think that's a nice little twist on the game.
Very cool. Good stuff. Kariba, the card game. All right, and so we have one more to look at as well, Ikwazu. This looks really, really cool. I just saw some people playing it. Tell us what's going on, because it looks crazy.
Yes, this is an area control hand management game. You're trying to hide gems behind a waterfall. So on your turn, you will play a number of cards. The color dictates the slot that you can play in, and then the number of that color dictates the column you can play in. So column 1, column 2, column 3, and so on. Once a column fills up, you'll score the majority. So if you have 3 in the column and I have 2 in the column, you'll score points, more points than I will.
Okay.
We'll also score across in rows, and those are for bonus tiles. So you can score flat victory points, extra card draws, extra turns.
Interesting.
And then the whole board, as you may have seen, slides. So once we score the column and the row, we'll slide the whole thing over, so a new column gets revealed. So playing gems in the 3 or 4 columns are more expensive, but they're going to be on the board for longer. Okay. So it's a little bit of how do I want to value? Yeah, exactly. And it's got gorgeous components. It's sort of that next step up for us in strategy game, but still being light. Okay. Yeah. Plays in about 30, 45 minutes.
How many players?
4. 4? Yep, 2 to 4.
And what's the price?
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
Looks very cool. You guys check out Ikwazu. Hey guys, we're here at Origins 2018. I'm with John Zinser from AEG Games, and we're looking at Thunderstone Quest, which is coming to Kickstarter when?
July 17th, coming back to Kickstarter. So if you missed it, we're going back to the dungeon on July 17th.
Can we open up this puppy? This thing is huge. Look at there. What? Ginormous. With the handles. Oh, my word. Love it.
This is the handles for the top part of the box that comes out.
Oh, man, you're wowing me.
There you go. Card storage down here. There are like 600 cards in the base Thunderstone, and more coming in the new Kickstarter.
Yes.
The new Kickstarter also features newly designed, excellently play-tested co-op and solo gameplay version. So something that is asked for way more often than we expected on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I find that with a lot of the games that are coming out. Like, where's the solo mode? People want to know.
I mean, it's like a technique we must now learn to do.
Right,
it's like a skill you have to be able to do solo.
So not just cards, you're adding dice when you do that.
Absolutely. So when we do the cooperative mode, we've actually made the big bad guys. Get your double-sided board here.
Okay, awesome. That's so big.
Yeah, the big table if you buy Thunderstone Quest. It's not a small table game.
Unload it all. Awesome. Oh man, there's more boards.
Adventure books, player boards.
Oh, okay, cool. So each player gets one of these. Awesome.
Cool dudes to run around the dungeon.
It's still going.
Dungeon
it's like the never-ending.
Tokens. I mean,
excellent. Got some minis in there too. Yeah, you got one up there.
Very
good. So what? This has already been run through once.
It's already run through once. We were just amazed at how well it did on Kickstarter. We were really excited, and before it gets to retail this Christmas, we wanted to give players an opportunity
one more
to
chance.
Get all of the stuff that was included in this, and a few new things, and all the upgraded components that we're going to be doing for solo and co-op.
Very cool. So, what's the base pledge level going to be?
So the base pledge level for this is still going to be $100. You're going to be able to get this.
That's a good deal.
All of the stuff that came with it, which is 5 adventures. The base for the new stuff, there's going to be one new quest, and all of the dice and components that you'll need to play solo co-op across the board, and then obviously some secrets that are yet to be revealed.
A couple stretch goals in there. All right,
couple stretch goals in there.
Good, glad to hear it. Well, cool. Thank you so much, John, for the quick preview.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll look forward to seeing this on Kickstarter soon.
All right, awesome.
This is Kevin Dupp with Tantrum House Origins 2018. I've got Levi here at Daily Magic Games, and he's been showing off Sailing Toward Osiris. What's the elevator pitch?
So Sailing Toward Osiris is our Daily Magic Games' first Euro game, and it's our newest one. It is a resource management worker placement game for 2 to 5 players, plays in about an hour. The real twist is every time you build a monument to get victory points, you are tightening up the board. All those monuments have to go on resource collection spaces, so you just keep ratcheting down the tightness as you play the game. Cool. It's a really satisfying experience.
Yeah, it looks awesome. So people can get it here at the con. I know it's the last day, but I'm guessing it'll be in shelves at the board game store.
Yep, it'll be in retail in about 3 weeks from today. It'll be $50 MSRP, and then 2 to 3 months, there will be an expansion out for $15 more. Adds a lot of plug-and-play options
to the
game. So
cool. Well, thanks for showing it to us, Levi.
Thank
Hope
you.
it's a success.
Good
Thanks.
seeing you. Thanks, guys.
This is Kevin Dupp with Tantrum House. We're at Origins Game Fair 2018. I'm here with Josh at CGE Czech Games Edition. What do we have here?
So we have the new version, or a new sized version of Codenames, the award-winning team-based word game. So we have extra large.
Yes.
The cards are physically bigger than the original game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we released it at Origins here, and it'll be in stores probably about 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
But we brought it to the show, been showing it off. Everybody's had a great time with it. But as you can see on the back of the box, these are actual size cards. So this is the original, and then these are the much larger giant versions.
I love that you use the word giant there.
Yeah, and Leprechaun for the little ones.
That's great. All right, but we're looking forward to something else coming out in a few months. What is that?
So at Gen Con, we'll be releasing the new version of Pictomania in a much smaller box.
Okay.
It's only going to be $20, so it's going to be a lot easier to pick up. For those of you that are not familiar with Pictomania, it is a team-based, or not, I'm sorry, not team-based. I'm off track.
That's okay.
I'm back on Codenames. So it's a simultaneous drawing and guessing game. So every player is going to be assigned an item from a list of off of a card.
Okay.
I'm going to be drawing a dragon. You're going to be drawing a tomato. Somebody else is going to be drawing an airplane. While we're drawing those pictures, you're also going to be trying to guess what everybody else is drawing.
Okay.
And you flip the stacks over. The earlier you guessed my drawing, the more of my points you get.
Okay.
We play over 4 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end of 4 rounds wins. Games are about 20 or 30 minutes long, super fast.
Sweet. So you can pick up Pictomania at Gen Con, or I'm soon in retail after that, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so about 3 or 4 weeks after that, you'll see it in stores.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. All right.